welcome to Prime View, the show that takes the views of Nigerians from all around the world, discuss them, and pose them to the politically exposed. I'm Spencer Ainewelu.
And I'm Msteeq Marlene. You're welcome. Today we have a special guest from Nigeria, from the eastern part of Nigeria. He's a politician, a businessman, and a royal prince from Imo State. And his name is Honorable Prince Daniel Chukwuocha. You're welcome, sir. Maybe you can speak a little bit louder so that we can actually... Yeah, but before the program kicks off, can you tell us a little bit about Prince Chukwuocha? Who is Daniel Prince Chukwuocha?
Prince Chukwuocha, Daniel Chukwuocha is from Imo State, from the ancient kingdom of Olengalaba in Obowo, the third son of His Royal Highness as Abel Chukwuocha, the king of Obowo. Former youth leader, philanthropist, businessman, politician. I've worked with a couple of governors. My last job was senior legislative assistant to the Speaker Dogara. Prior to that, I was the SA to the Senate Committee Chairman of Foreign Affairs. And my people said it's time to come home and impact in the lives of our people back in Obowo. So presently, I am the Executive Vice Chairman of Obowo Local Government by Special Grace of God.
Wow, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And we're privileged to have you all the way from Nigeria, Prime View Television in London. You're welcome.
Yeah, you said you're currently the Vice Chairman of Obowo.
Yes.
Government, yeah, you're the Vice Chairman of Obowo Local Government. And the buzzword around in Nigeria at the moment is to do with local government autonomy. I mean, that's part of the reason why we wanted you to come to the program today, to explain. And a lot of Nigerians are actually they're not really enlightened about what the local government chairman does, and in terms of local government, because we see everything is always either we're talking about the federal government or the state government, but the local government seems to be relegated to the background somehow. So we'd like you to explain to us what autonomy really means in the sense of, in the local government lingo. If we're talking about local government, what do we mean by autonomy, local government autonomy?
Autonomy simply is the independence of the authority of the government. Autonomy of a local government is an ability to receive their allocation directly without any interferences, be able to make laws at the third tier, implement them, oversight them, because they're actually the closest to the masses. If allowed, it should be the most functional part of the government. So the autonomy simply means an independent, non-interference of affairs of the local government by the executive of any arm, whether the state, mainly the state, or the federal. But presently, I think the federal do release to local government, but local government autonomy.
So there is interference then.
I was going to say, coming from the state, Imo State, and what's going on? Do you really have those privileges in Imo State with Chukwuocha there?
Okay. You see, the two houses just amended that bill. Remember, there was a bill that could have granted the state assembly and the local government autonomy. For some reason down the line, they tried it in the 7th assembly, now in the 8th assembly, but it was thrown out. Some external influences that are interested in those inflows didn't want those bills to see the daylight. And amazingly, the state assembly also, their own bill didn't pass, because I still worry about somebody that they are asking to stop being a slave, and you rather remain a slave. Is amazing. I didn't understand that part. But anyway, what you call interferences is when a state governor,
yes,
whose responsibilities are to work based on the inflows, most of them that doesn't have high IGR, internally generated revenue, in their own purse, constantly every 30 days look up to the federal for their allocation. Yeah. And most times they bite more than they can chew. Instead of using that state funds to do only state funds, they now use both state funds and the local government funds to do state funds.
To do state projects.
State projects.
Yeah. Cool.
So those state projects now makes the local government non-functional.
Okay.
If a project is meant for the state, it should be done by the governor with the state funds. If a project is meant for the local government, the local government should be able to do their project.
It's not like that to all states. It's just a few states that are still where the governors are nonchalant about what happens with the local government. And then, especially in Imo State, I believe the chairman or the local governments, they don't interfere with the injustice going on in Imo State right now. They're silent to it. Why is that so? Especially in Imo State. Because so much has been said about Richards being in control of everything, being the voice of the mouth of the local governments also.
Yeah, I think what she's trying to say is there's this perceived injustice going on by the state governments. But the local government chairman and
they're not saying anything about it.
And now people are wondering, how come there's this, people are talking about the injustice, but you guys are not speaking up? Well, you're vice chairman of...
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. In Imo State, there's freedom of speech and there's freedom after speech. Okay. And we are allowed to talk, and we do talk.
So you have...
This is barely a 3 months administration. Prior to that, what you've had were things like appointive positions at the third tier. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I give credence to somebody like the honorable member representing my federal constituency, Obowo and a member of federal constituency, in the name of Honorable Dikin Chike Okafo. We call him Baband. In the floor, he co-sponsored this particular amendment. He debated, contributed in the floor. You know, the governance today has to do with the zeal, your ability to reach out, your ability to speak beyond measures, the ability to convince your peers in that particular chamber to see reasons why this thing has to go past the second, third reading and become a law. Okay. You know, Chike is one of those guys that you've seen that are fearless. He doesn't care where you're coming from, but if he believes in something, he goes for it. And he's been able to galvanize, his peers, his colleagues, to make sure that, this is a reality today. Today, Kwara State is giving impetus to this particular autonomy. Benue State, you're seeing it now.
It's gradually becoming
of course. When you see states or you see local government that doesn't, that you think that they are quiet or silent, basically when you have appointive chairmen, and they call them transitional the sole administrator or transition, that the laws allow them to only exist for 6 months, and there are at times 3 months. So there are stipulated timing for your tenure, so you cannot exceed it. And so by that privilege, you can't speak much. You are the dictate of the person that appointed you.
And I think they call caretaker
committee. Thank you. So with that, how will you now? You're a caretaker. A caretaker can be a landlord. Do you understand? So you're careful while you're taking care of this particular office, and it's for a time. So you can't get up and start challenging the man that appointed you.
True.
But now there is an autonomy. You can say no. I have 80 million for Obowo local government. Me and my legislators, my supervisors, my chairman would decide how this will fare in the lives of Obowo people. We can decide to do road, we can decide to do water.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. What specifically, what are the jobs of this chairman?
The chairman is the president of the local government. Okay. He's the governor of the local government.
Okay.
In the presidency, you have the executive, who is Muhammadu Buhari, and his vice and the ministers. In the legislature of the same executive, you also have the National Assembly and all that. Yeah. In the state assembly, in the state government, you have the governor, you have the state assembly. At the third tier, you have the chairman and the legislators, who are the honorable councillors. They can decide to move motions, move bills, move projects, do tenders, and administer the same to.
Wow.
It is actually a function. It's a nice concept if implemented, if allowed to function on its own independently.
So that probably is responsible for the because I recently came back from Nigeria. And I must say, it was, I mean, most of the, everything's...
Yeah, let me interrupt you for a minute. Let me interrupt you a minute because, I apologize. Spencer has been away for at least 3 weeks, I think, or almost a month.
Altogether 6 weeks nearly.
You see that? Yeah. And he's just came back. I apologize. I didn't actually mention that before the beginning of the program or during earlier on in the program. He just came back and we're just back. Prime View is back. And we say welcome back to the UK.
We'll come with more programs. I mean, I toured the whole of Nigeria. I went across more states. I went from River State to Lagos State to Imo, Anambra, Abia. So I have a whole lot of videos to come.
You're welcome.
Do look out for that. But like I was saying to the Honourable Vice Chairman here, I noticed that most of the side roads were in a terrible state. I mean, that's probably, the point I'm trying to make is that's probably owing to what you're trying to say now, which is that the funds that were probably allocated for that from the federal government were probably hijacked by the state governors. Or well, I'm not trying to pinpoint it to your state, but in general, because most of the states, I saw the same thing playing out. You see the federal roads are in decent state. You see some of the state roads are good, but when you go down to the local level, the roads are bad. Like when I mean side roads. Yeah. So off that federal highway or state highway, the side roads are just non-existent.
The federal is NDDC. The federal is the Federal Ministry of Works, FEMA and all that. The state roads, these federal roads are done by Julius Beggars, MCC, Traco, because the federal can afford it.
Yes.
It still boils down to what I'm telling you. Talk about Rochas. The man has fat appetite. He has a lot of ideas. He wants to do 20, 30 things at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You start here, you start here, you start here. Inside his head, inside him, he genuinely wants to do that.
All of them. Yeah.
So where are you getting the funds from?
True.
Do you understand? Where are you getting the funds? So he takes his state allocation and implement that and see that he cannot even achieve 10, 15% of it.
Yes. So he takes the funds.
So you now see him bringing a project that brings the local government, the state government to come into a joint account to execute any project.
Okay.
So while in the course of trying to achieve those, because all of them are big, but if you leave him alone with his state, he may only pay salary.
Yes. True.
Then you come back to the local government, and the local government have the capacity to at least take care of their own local government.
Yes.
Then there won't be influx of people in Owerri or in Abuja.
Because there's funds to.
There is
to
something.
Make sure
There is
jobs,
there is activity in the local government.
I can see what it says. The local. Like I'm reading something here. It says the local governments handle community needs such as waste collection, public recreation facilities, and town planning. Roads, water, blah, blah. But the waste collection was one I noticed. Like in Owerri, for instance, along Douglas Road, I got some video evidence of this. I saw mountain Douglas and BC roads. There were heaps of rubbish on the road, and I was wondering if I'm the governor or if I'm the local government chairman of that place, or even if I'm the commissioner of waste or whatever, why would I drive past that every day and keep quiet? Someone's responsible for that, but no one's buying an island. And I'm wondering,
like you say, something like that. Can the local government chairman interfere without going through the governor?
Of course. Of course. You
no.
In this case, you have the municipal.
Yeah.
The municipal is the heartbeat of the state. So most times there are duplications of responsibilities. The Ministry of Environment is busy with this, and then you have the local government also trying to, by the time this state parastate or ministry is trying to do this, then you say no, it's not my responsibility, it's the responsibility of the municipal chairman. That there should be separation of duties and powers and all that. I'm not holding brief for the governor or the municipal chairman. It is wrong. It shouldn't be so. Where is our city? Is the first eye of any visitor coming in. But I also know that it has not always been like that. Do you understand? It has not always been like that. We faced a turmoil of political processes, primaries that always end up in one quagmire or the other. There could be negligence, but somebody should be held responsible. Do you understand? And then if there is actually a functional autonomy, just like I said, the two chambers just passed, there is need for those autonomy to see the daylight. And if there is autonomy and it is being practiced, a municipal chairman, that's about the biggest local government in Imo State. And he commands a whole lot of budget, an idea. So, that shouldn't, we know, it's about better brains.
Like not stepping into toes.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, well, let's take you back a bit to politics.
Okay.
We know there's APC, there's PDP, and there are all these young parties that came up from here and there. What's your view about the young parties and the youths? What's going on in Nigeria right now?
Good development, interesting development, because when you're dissatisfied, like what you're seeing recently, so ABGA is saying that they are not in support of one particular candidate. APC is saying that this primary held or this one didn't hold. PDP is saying that your numbers are overbloated. The numbers you use in winning me is bigger than that. There's so much going on, and if you're that popular, you pitch your tent in another party. If you are popular, you think the people want you. Leave the judiciary and stop crying foul play.
Yeah, but the truth is that in the Nigerian context, I think even individuals are not responsible. Well, there's no individual candidacy here, obviously, but if you feel you're popular by yourself and pitch yourself into a party that's non-existent, that's not known, let's say for instance in Obowo local government, no one knows that particular party, despite you being popular. Do you think that really could work? I think people are finding that it's not really, it doesn't follow. People who've tried it failed. Don't forget Fela tried it. He was popular. What's his name? The other.
So you think Kingston? You think they failed? It's not over yet.
No. The point I'm trying to make is thinking that you could win elections based on your individual.
You know what you're trying to say, maybe before it wasn't working, but now presently I believe it is working presently.
Let me give you an instance. You have a coalition that was existing in APC. Somebody like Ainewelu was part of the coalition.
And
when he left the coalition, he went to ABGA. ABGA's rating and hits on the social media.
That's what I was going to say. Social media is the most skyrocketed. Yes, social media helps a lot.
Right.
Yes.
But don't forget, he went to what party? Where did he go to?
ABGA.
Yes, because ABGA, whether you like it or not, in the context of Igbo land, right, is in Kabunkai. That's an Igbo party. Good. I would have loved to have seen an Ainewelu go to ADC.
Okay.
Or go to
if he
YPP.
had if he had done that,
the reason why I'm saying this is he deliberately went to Abda because he knew what would happen. He knew where the sentiments lie, right? The sentiments, whether we like it or not, lies with these three parties in Igbo land.
you know, these are our opinions.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Let me. Yeah,
Because I wanted to use. I wanted to use.
No, if you want me to.
No, I'm asking, and I'm pushing across the narrative that seems to have failed and worked.
No.
Before it failed.
Why didn't he choose a non-popular party?
No, let me ask.
That party was still a popular party.
Let me ask you a question. 2003, there was a 2011 PPA. Okay. What was PPA? Nobody knew PPA. Sure. Nobody ever heard of PPA. Hakim emerged through PPA.
Apart from that, I'll take you back to...
PPA was rumored to be
I'll take you back...
sponsored by PDP.
No, let me tell you. Let me take you back. Let me take you back to 1990. No, let me take you back to 1999 when it all started, isn't it?
Yeah.
AD.
Yeah.
AD was a party from the West.
Thank you.
And in Enugu State, Senator Koro cleared senatorial seats
that
under
was
AD.
That was
different. It's not different.
The foundation hadn't been laid.
No.
It's not different.
This one may be nucleus, but is a fact. You can go check it out.
Yeah.
In Obowo local government, there is a man called Dr. Marlene.
Yeah, I know.
Under Governor Governor Udenwa, the executive chairman then election was coming up. He felt robbed off by AMPP. He felt robbed off by, I think, PVP then. He went to this AD in Obowo because he knew he was popular. He won. He won under AD. We never heard of AD. The people in Igbo land never knew what
it wasn't a
AD.
big
It was
deal
something that was happening in Lagos. Nobody knew. But he knew all he needed was a platform.
What you need is your personality.
Do you understand? If your people love you, they'll go anywhere with you. That's the point. For me now, like what's happening in my party. If I am,
by the way, we didn't introduce which party is that. We don't know which party is it, APC or PDP, because if it's APC, we're getting to the main question.
I'm asking, why is it APC?
So what party is it? Tell us, what party is it? What's happening in your party? What party is it?
It's probably YPP. Isn't it?
No, I am APC. Okay, I was PDP.
Yeah, because the last time I knew you were PDP.
Yeah. I was PDP under Senator Matthew Wago, my former boss. Nice man, awesome guy.
I remember that period.
But while I was working with him, there are these two gentlemen, Honorable Kennedy Ibe, Honorable Dikinchiko Kafo. Each time I try to do one project, or I try to attract one project or the other to my community, to my local government, you will hear Honorable Dikinchiko Kafo and Honorable Kennedy Ibe doing double of that same project, just like 2 meters or 3 meters away from me. And yes. Do you understand? And I was drawn to that. They were APC, I am PDP, and they understood what gives me, why the reasons exactly what the reason I'm in politics to start with. Bring that thing home. Effective representation.
True.
So he went on and on from market to widows' houses to transformers to I came back. I went back to my boss. I said, "Okay, I'll be switching boats." I went back to my dear friend Ken Anyao. And he's still my friend till tomorrow. I said, "See, oh boy, look at what I'm gonna do." I went back to Chief Lonjas. I went, there are stakeholders you need to consult.
Yes.
And I went back. I still went to my dad. So, and my heart was, with these guys. Do you understand? Each time he comes back with one humanitarian project or the other that is out of the box, out of things that you never heard about any politician. And that's why his election, I was a DG, his election was like a free, everybody was running. We call it the wind of change. So the wind was blowing, blowing and blowing, and still blowing to today. So you need to understand, it may be different from other local governments, it may be different from, he's in about the only, okay, there are two, but the first elected APC Federal House of Reps member in Green Chambers, in the entire Southeast, seconded by obviously Austin Chukwuocha, who is also from the Governor's Federal House constituency. So you most times it's not jumping ship or not jumping ship. What is your reason? Is it selfish? What prompted you? Why are you moving? I didn't contest the election. I wasn't contesting the election. I just felt, listen, with these people's ideology, it matches with what I want to do. If like there's this health center in Umifem I attracted through my senator. As I'm putting it, he's bringing bed. He's bringing, donating, things.
Wow, that's
out of his own pocket.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow,
Those are, and then people that are sick from that angle of my village can access that health center without traveling 15, 20 kilometers away. A pregnant woman from that distance, how is it going to make it? And these are my people. Do you understand? So how do you represent? How do you become a leader? How do you, when you don't feel their pulse?
Okay, maybe we should take a short break. When we come back, now you've told us your APC, we'll ask you how APC, what you think APC is actually, if they're actually doing good in Imo State. And then, who do you vote for? Is APC still winning the presidential, or are we back in are we articulating?
Are we obligated to articulate?
Yes. So we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we're still on a Prime View this evening. Stay tuned.
Heritage Television. Promoting African culture and heritage at its best. From talk shows that concern you to both local and international news that relates to you. From grassroots football to African children's programs. Heritage Television. We cover your social and special events like weddings, birthdays, church anniversaries, and so on, and broadcast them live on our apps and online. Heritage Television, broadcasting everything about culture and heritage. Heritage Television. We've got it covered. Do download our apps on both Android, iOS, and Windows mobile platform. Heritage Television, your very own TV station.
She makes a wish.
Dear Santa, it's Christmas time again. Last year, I was all by myself. I don't want to be all by myself this Christmas. Please send me, brother.
Her wish was granted.
Hello. Hey, Ella, come on in. Hello, Ella.
No way I'm sleeping here with one of those brats.
I said leave my room or else I'll shove you.
Not exactly what she bargained for.
Stop irritating. Now can you please go and sleep on the floor? No. I said go and sleep on the floor.
Well, I did read it, but I never anticipated all this.
But Santa gives a memory that will last for a lifetime.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you
The Christmas gift. From the award-winning director, Rhoda Wilson. Merry Christmas.
Welcome back. You're still tuned to Private Television, a show where we take the views of Nigerians all over the world, discuss them, and pose them to you, the politically exposed. My name is still Msteeq Marlene, and my co-host
Spencer Ainewelu.
So now back to where we stopped before the commercial break, the short commercial break. Honorable, we're asking about you now, your APC, and people are crying out. Majority, not most, majority are complaining that APC has not performed. So can you tell us your view about the performance of APC and Buhari, President Buhari, both locally, when I mean locally, state-wise and federal?
I'm gonna refer back to his comment. He said he was home.
Okay.
That
yes.
the federal roads were better.
Mm.
If you veer off the federal road.
No, I need to. Now you said this. You know, I need to remind you. The federal road that I said was better were mostly in River State, though. When I came to Imo State, outside Assumpta, you can tell me that's a deplorable state.
Is a federal
outside
road.
of Wura Girls.
Is a federal road.
Outside
that's on Nisha Road.
Control.
On Nisha Road by
It's a
Port
terrible
Harcourt
state.
Road.
I've got videos of that.
Yeah. It's a federal.
So on that level, that's failure already.
No doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
the road were not created yesterday, and then without maintenance, of course, you continue. Those are roads that apply, these trailers apply. Yeah, of course, you saw trailers.
They're stuck in there.
Exactly, and Owerri have these, they do have these laws that don't allow big trucks to fly the inner city.
Roads.
Yes, by I think from 6:30 a.m. till 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
So you see them all packed at the entrances of the city.
Yeah.
And some years ago, on Nisha Road, you cannot go to Onisha and get to Onisha under 2 hours.
True.
Today you can get to Onisha in 30, 40 minutes.
Now
Yeah, okay. So, Buhari came just like what we're saying. Buhari had his own block of followers, fanatical followers, irrespective of whatever, before he became president. And he had one focus. He believes in recovering looted funds. He believes in, discipline, instilling some level of discipline in the system. He believes that there should be checks and balances. And whether you like it or not, in Abuja today, everybody, even if you want to use your contact or whatever, one thing is certain: your documentations of your paper, your company must be up to date. Back in the previous government, exactly. If tendering on anything, there's something that is constant. There's something that is so sure now, is that those documents must be crossed and dotted. If not, don't bring it to the ministry. No civil servant want to play with that.
So that's
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's a big change.
Exactly. But before, you could see a 30-day, 7-day-old company winning an award of 700, 800 billions of naira of project. So the procurement processes were flawed. Fine. This is the man that believes that with this, if I can get everybody in one direction, every other thing can start falling in line. I'm not holding brief for him, but I also know that if he has the ability to do beyond that, he's somebody that doesn't believe in luxury. He's somebody that doesn't believe. We all agree on that.
Of course, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So where are his lapses? Why is he getting it wrong? Who has ever gotten Nigeria right under 4 years?
Never.
Do you understand? So and then the age is not on his side. First 1-2 years, he was in London here for God knows how long. So we pray that God gives him strength.
So you're still supporting the return of Buhari? You're in support of that? After mentioning that age is not on his side and health is not on his side either?
Do you know that Buhari is the present commander-in-chief of these armed forces called Nigeria?
Yes.
He also knows he's the leader of my party.
Yes.
And they want me to stay here and tell you that not support the president.
Of course he's supposed to be.
Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so
He's the vice
do or
government
die.
chairman of
No,
the APC.
do or die is Buhari.
No.
Talking about Buhari, we're articulating. I'm telling you that.
No. You don't give it. You can't rule
Nigeria?
out. No. You can't rule out Atiku's prowess and followership. Do you understand what I'm saying? He has style. He's younger. He has finesse.
He's 2 years younger, isn't he?
But
2 years.
The flamboyancy makes him look as if he's 15 years younger.
Yes.
You know, he has flair. And all these...
And Nigerians are attracted to such.
No, obviously.
And you know, flair, there's another word for flair, what Nigerians see. Some of what people see as there's a corruption. The C word.
I don't see that.
So you know, Nigerians see flair as flamboyance. It depends on what you like.
And there's something that is circulated in the social media. 333 should I say what do you call it, support groups for Atiku.
Yes, I saw that list of
if that's real.
I've not seen it.
If that's real, APC is not going anywhere.
Some people haven't actually listed the support groups of Buhari, because if they do too, you'll be surprised how many it is.
744 local governments. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We can start doing support groups
well,
every local government.
Personally, I'm still in support of the new young parties. I believe the reshuffling and the recycling has to stop. And the young ones, give the young ones some chance to see what they can manage. If they can manifest.
Not an imposed young one.
No, not imposing. I'm not imposed young one.
The young ones that have the capacity to deliver on their own. Do you understand? If you are asking me about Obi and Atiku, smart, ex-governor. I had entered flights severally with him and entered the shuttle bus, always holding his bag. Do you understand?
Yes.
You can tell that he will go there and get the job done.
True.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Thank you. So, and then you still have people saying, no, we don't want him, in his party.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So if we come back here, you see them applying these buses.
Yeah.
We return there, they don't even want our buses to work.
True.
Sorry,
I was going to say something. Marlene said she's in support of the young people and all that. Most Nigerians are in support of you, but the thing is, being young, does that stop you from being corrupt? That's the question.
Well,
I don't think it does. So age, for me, shouldn't really be the only determining factor.
No, when I say young, not just age, even if not just the age.
Like Yahoo boys, 419, they're not old people.
Exactly.
and they pervade the land of Nigeria.
Excuse me, I beg your pardon.
That's not fair.
It's not, when I say young, I don't just mean age per se. Kingsley Moalu
He's not young, really.
He's not that young. Isibo, Davidson Isibo, the GDPN presidential candidate, he's not that young. But these two people have what I think Nigeria needs right now. They have fresh ideas. That's young to me. Yeah. They articulated, not the articulated, and all that. So there are people that
one can use that word again, articulating.
Well, I have to correct myself.
Atiku has Nigerians are funny. They said Atiku has his trademark the word, so you can't use it anyhow.
I have to correct myself. You remember when they came in here, the Aldi came to get us articulated.
Yes, when Dominic came.
Yeah, when Dominic came and all that, Honorable Dominic came here. And we're still in doubt, but the way it is now, it looks like they're pushing further than we thought.
And with the selection of Peter B.
Yes. Yeah, that's another thing.
Being an Igbo man, not to see your attire, Being an Igbo man, don't you think that's a major... He got something right there by choosing Peter B as
that's running mate. Before you even asked, I told you the man called Peter B. Excellent, nice choice, nice, He handled the Anambra. Anambra rose from here to the peak. Do you understand? No doubt. But what we are saying is how do we make sure that this thing trickles down to the actual mind and the youth you're talking about? This whole processes, electioneering, from there the pronouncement to the judiciary. How do we make sure that even after the election, upon the pronouncement of that, how do we make sure that before the swearing in, everything concerning legislation and judiciary is sorted out, so that these people can come up and govern without any interferences from their opponent or the person that was perceived that he wasn't well, disenfranchised. A lot of legal. How do we make sure that there is a stipulated time frame between the swearing in either May 29th till between the February or March pronouncement of these elections, and then the swearing in on the May 29th? Within this window, can't we finish with the judiciary? Can't we get done with that, so that if there is a 4-year tenure, this person is taking these 4 years and is hitting the ground running and getting the job done? Sure. That is a major problem.
So you think the current administration, Buhari, is actually laying the right foundations, or what do you think? Because if that's what he's doing, then perhaps you're saying Nigerians should bear with him and give him a bit more time to consolidate? Or are you saying that with the article wave now that Nigerians should just, maybe he has a better foundation to lay? It's about foundations. You could be laying a foundation that's not strong enough, and somebody else could have his own to lay.
And the
Sahara wind stronger one. So it depends on.
No, we have a people. Nigeria is very dynamic. It's just like we are talking about Imo. We've never had any popular candidate win Imo. Nigeria is dynamic, and
I think Rochas was popular, very. And he won.
In his own little world.
No, he won because he jumped on Afghan. I think
Rochas.
He might have been the exception.
Of course, Rochas from a popular party. Afghan wasn't popular. Afghan wasn't popular. And then vis-a-vis compared to a sitting governor.
True.
Do you understand? So I believe we are going to see a lot of surprises in Nigeria. We're going to see a lot of surprises in Imo State. And don't stay away. Come back.
Well, we're almost coming to the end of the show. My question, he probably will have another last question for you. My last question, we're in diaspora. What advice would you give us in diaspora if we that wants to get involved in politics in Nigeria?
Two things. Let your rep keep pushing for the diaspora voting.
That's it.
Right of vote.
Yeah.
Do you understand? We have a lot. Okay. It still goes back to the autonomy. I was talking to a friend, Malcolm, a few days ago. He's willing to come and do one or two and invest in, but the bureaucracies from federal to state, before land and all that, an autonomy of a local government gives me and my chairman the opportunity to allocate, partner, oversight, provide security for a legitimate investor who wants to bring in his technology and funds into Obowo local government. It gives me the opportunity to allow you to partner with us and then impact the lives of my people. Without that, you go back to a federal government who then will refer you to a minister that will refer you to the journalist, and before you finally end up, you pack your things and go back. You're tired. So these diaspora brothers and sisters constantly coming with people for agric, for waste management, for electricity, that is our problem. So many projects. But when they come and move 2, 3, 4 days and realize that even the government is even asking you what you carry come. Do you understand what I'm saying? They go back.
Oh yes, yeah.
But when you get yourself entangled in the system, when you have this zeal to come in and work with the people, there is no doubt that you can do more. Everybody sees what is happening. You can't fold your hands and just do. Fine, even the social media is helping. You cry out there. The good thing about the diasporans, they don't care. there is nobody chasing them. There's nobody.
They're not afraid.
They're not afraid to. They say it the way it is.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's point blank.
Even when I was in Nigeria, I was in certain places.
Exactly. You want to look around before you talk. But in the comfort of your home, in the comfort of your office, you can say anything and do anything and put your name to it.
Yeah.
And nothing will happen.
So finally, before we round up, the elections are campaigns are gonna officially kick off on Sunday,
the 18th. Yes.
What do you think? Well, what do you think is gonna happen in terms of, last time we saw what happened? There was all manner of mudslinging, smear, propaganda. Do you think it's gonna be?
It's gonna be more. Yeah,
it's gonna be more.
Yeah, it's gonna be more. The president is threatening oil wells recovery. The president is threatening, jail time for publish the list. So if your name is in the list, will you
not allowed to travel? Yeah, those people are not.
Do you understand? If you're in the list of the people he wants to jail, will you want him to be president?
No.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So won't you, with the little money with you, won't you sponsor one thing or the other?
Yeah, but
so
because another thing that always happens when it's closer to the time, it will be postponed. Are you sure it's not going to be postponed this time around?
That would be a big calamity because it has constitutional implications for you to postpone the election.
Yeah.
The power goes back to the legislature.
Because if they find out now that, seriously, jokes apart, if they find out now that Nigeria is getting more articulated, they might put up something.
Articulated.
No, seriously, that's facts.
People are saying that
I was there 2015. That was actually almost what happened, because if they find out what they usually do, first of all, they will not release the budget until
you cannot rig where you're not popular.
Okay, you saying it.
The foundation of, or the little I know about the people that have tried to rig.
Yes.
You hold it there, and some youth are there chanting. Why are you rigging? They will kill you. You can't rig where you're not popular.
But they've done it before in the past.
Maybe I was still a businessman then.
Okay.
All
right.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Because in this case, please come home.
Yes.
Please, I'm still going to advocate for the rights of the diaspora to vote. I know that they can bring more to the table.
And when we come home, are we coming home to queue? Because that's there's a system where before many rights are finally on this note, but. Because the notion is when you come home, there's a long queue. You have to go and join.
No, there's nothing wrong.
And is there ease of entering into politics for diaspora?
There's nothing wrong in carrying back, which is what we call it. That's the queue. No. But immediately you come to the table and bring what you have to the table.
You jump the queue.
You see how you jump the queue.
Does that happen? Is that how
of course it happens, because here you see a situation where in your briefcase you have GE, General Electric, coming. Do you understand? In your briefcase, you have we coming. In your briefcase, you have Agric. I have Imo Modern Poultry that we're trying to profitalize and partner with the investors. You come in and tell this local government, now, please, I know your Imo Modern Poultry is dilapidated, and then we have the capacity to partner with so people. They can invest $100 or $200 million to revitalize that place. The governor has given. They just moved passed a bill making it an institute for agric and technological learning. So we're going to do this and do that. And you say I should leave you in the queue? No. I won't leave you.
I need to know you first. I need to be able to have access to you first.
No. There is no governor, there is no local government chairman, there is no president that doesn't have people that have ears to the ground. That is the fact. There must be somebody that will say, "Okay, this will give you political height."
That's true.
Listen to this. Listen to this man. Listen to this woman. That's my point.
Well, on that note, we must say we appreciate you coming.
And I think we need to bring him back at some stage.
Yes, we have to, because we couldn't finish the story. Yeah, each time when he comes to London, and this is Honorable Prince Chukwuocha, Daniel Chukwuocha, the Deputy Chairman of Obowo local government area, of Imo State. You're welcome to Prime View.
Thank you, please. I'm glad.
And I must beg your pardon for wearing my shaded glasses, but it's reading glasses, so I wasn't like trying to shade my eyes, but I couldn't see properly without it. I must apologize in case you think it's sunglasses I'm wearing. On that note, I must say, good night and see you again. From Spencer.
Good night. Good night.
Heritage Television. Promoting African culture and heritage at its best. From talk shows that concern you to both local and international news that relates to you. From grassroots football to African children's programs. Heritage Television. We cover your social and special events like weddings, birthdays, church anniversaries, and so on, and broadcast them live on our apps and online. Heritage Television, broadcasting everything about culture and heritage. Heritage Television. We've got it covered. Do download our apps on both Android, iOS, and Windows mobile platform. Heritage Television, your very own TV station.
She makes a wish.
Dear Santa, it's Christmas time again. Last year, I was all by myself. I don't want to be all by myself this Christmas. Please send me, brother.
Her wish was granted.
Hello. Hey, Ella, come on in. Hello, Ella.
There's no way I'm sleeping here with one of those brats. I said leave my room or else I'll shove you.
Not exactly what she bargained for.
Stop irritating. Now can you please go and sleep on the floor? No. I said go and sleep on the floor.
Well, I did read it, but I never anticipated all this.
But Santa gives a memory that will last for a lifetime.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you
A Christmas gift. From the award-winning director, Rhoda Wilson. Merry Christmas.